my eyes, and I need emancipation from desires deep inside. I felt an angel's kiss upon my lips, it burned me deep inside, and I've been waiting here for you, been waiting all my life. Time's up, let's go, revolution's on the way. Right now, I want you to come with me. Right now, I want you to come with me. I got a note from heaven, it was sealed with a kiss. It says that you're the one that I never could resist, and I just wanna feel your lips as tight up next to mine. Yes, I want you so fucking bad, I want to go and jump inside. Time's up, let's go, revolution's on the way. Time's up, let's go. Right now, I want you to come with me. Right now, I want you to come with me.
with no one there. The love she lost came with a cost. In love she's trying, in love she's crying. Is it all a masquerade? In love she's trying, in love she's trying. Is it all a masquerade? The years go by, the lines define a lifelong live, but was it real? It's gone so fast, visions of the past. The mind it please, more time it needs. In love she's trying, in love she's crying. Is it all a masquerade? In love she's trying, in love she's crying. Is it all a masquerade? Vision slowly creeping, visions I was sleeping. Was it real or fantasy? Maybe just insanity. In love she's lying, in love she's crying. Is it all a masquerade? In love she's lying, in love she's crying. Is it all a masquerade? In love she's trying, in love she's crying. Is it all a masquerade? She loved them all, but they all fall. Then she's alone, and no one's home.
Welcome to Outlaw Radio, baby. I'm Jeff James.
And I'm the Reverend.
Tonight at 8 p.m., we welcome The Corruption, minus Jozey, for an interview.
Yeah, he
Jozey in The Corruption, but he can't make it.
unfortunately, Jozey can't make it tonight. But the Corruption will be here.
The Corruption will be in the house. We'll talk to him at 8 p.m. We also have music. You heard Dogs of Verona. You heard
One of my favorites.
Calling All Rebels from Saigon. That was that circus.
Very
music.
good, very good.
That was super cool. That little lead guitar part in the middle was super cool. And then you heard the Time Band, Professor Paul, Masquerade. Cool song. So we also have The Unsatisfied, a song by me, a song by Rob,
Woohoo.
Valken Wolf, Divine Sovereign, which is a 10-minute song with a lot of changes. You guys are going to dig it. I liked it a lot. We have a song by Jozey and the Corruption, and then we have the Detroit Trouble. And that's what we have for music for you guys today.
It's going to be a good show, Jeff.
It's going to be a great one. We're pulling Angel Wisdom cards for our listeners, so if you guys want a reading, I have the cards right here. They're all shuffled and ready to go. Matt, I know you want one, so we'll probably do yours first. We're also going to play the game Myth or Fact. Every time I say it, I can't get it right. Myth or Fact.
Myth
or Fact.
All right, so let's try it again. Myth
or Fact game.
You heard it right there from the Reverend and Jeff James.
So we'll talk time machines and paranormal with the Chrono Visor. I almost said coronavirus. Project Looking Glass.
Well, that shit happens.
Yeah, it happens. And then you
could have said the hantavirus.
The hantavirus.
The hantavirus.
Yeah.
Well, I've got rock bottom.
That's
but it's
right.
not just about hitting rock bottom. It's about how rock bottom is more than just rock bottom. It's a conversation.
Yeah. I can't wait. It's going to be good. All your sermon stuff is fantastic, man.
Well, I try not to make it a sermon. I'd rather have it more of a conversation. But, I got to make sure people are talking in the comments, too. And then I have to try and see them. And so, what's really important, Outlaws? Support Outlaw Nation.
Support us, man.
And, Jeff, can you tell us the best way to support Outlaw Nation?
With money.
Well, with money. So, buying merch.
Buying merch, sharing, subscribing.
That way they get something for their money. You buy merch. Outlaw Radio Nation merch really, really, that really does help us. But also subscribe. Most of you probably have already subscribed. So share it. Like and share. And share.
And the main thing, guys, if you can right now, go down to the bottom of the YouTube thing and hit a like for us. It helps us with the algorithm. And if you leave us a nice little comment in there, besides the comments that you leave here, at the end of the show, if you leave us a comment, that helps with us as well in the algorithm with YouTube. Okay? You ready, Rob?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Hey, Outlaws, are you ready?
Are you guys ready? All right, here we go, guys. Hey, Matt, so I'm going to pull you right off the top, man, and do a reading for you right off the rip, and then we'll get into the game, okay?
Awesome.
All right. The 9 of Wands.
The 9 of Wands. Jeff, you got to explain these because I'm not real familiar with. I'm familiar with them, but I don't understand them.
Okay, so everybody knows what tarot cards are, right? Tarot cards. Basically, you're getting a message from the divine, from the universe, with angel wisdom cards. They're a little bit lighter than a tarot card. There's a lot of people that are afraid of tarot cards. They think it's of the devil, right? But they're angel wisdom cards. So they have, not only does the picture give you an idea, like he's holding a shield, she's holding a shield, she has the wands, they're all different colors. But what it says here is, for Matt, protect what you have created. Be prepared. Never give up. Ask your angels for help. Environmental activism and animal rights. It's the 9 of Wands. It's a fire card. Okay?
It's a fire card. Wow.
So that's
It's
a good deal for you, Matt. You didn't get the swords this time.
Thank God. And no broken swords.
And no broken swords. Well, you have the swords breaking the chains.
Well, but his swords were broken.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, his were broken. All right, guys. We're going to play a little game for you, okay? Yeah, thanks, My Cleveland Project. I'm glad you dig the shirt, man. Thank you so much for sending it out. I love it. All right, so...
there's more than one host on Outlaw Radio Nation.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd let you know. I can wear it over top. As long as this shows, it's good. And you know what? If just this shows, that's okay because the ladies dig it.
Yeah, they do. You should be like, I'm a priest, but I like to fool around. If you know.
Well, I'm not a priest.
I know, but you should just lead with that.
That's
I know, I'm
then
screwing with you.
they're gonna think something wrong. There's something seriously wrong with me. There's not really anything wrong with. Well, there's a lot.
Something seriously wrong with that boy. No, there is only one Jeff. Oh. I don't know. No. Hey, but you got this one.
I got the look at this. Look at this.
You got the official beanie today.
I got the beanie today. I would put it on, but my hair looks pretty good. So I thought I'd leave it. But yeah, I got the official beanie. And look, you can get great merch just like this. It's like
we have that.
We have just stuff just like this in the merch store.
Yeah, we have that. We have the baseball hats. We have T-shirts. We have hoodies are really nice. And we have coffee cups, too. I got to get one of those for myself.
You know what? I really should get one. You know what would be really cool?
You could get those, too.
I could get one of these that say Outlaw Radio Nation. You know what would be really cool? If I had one on the other side, from I don't know, somebody official.
No, you could do is get your face put on there and then have Outlaw Radio Nation on the other side. I have a Black Roses one underneath my desk.
Well, I could do that, but then I'd probably just want to always cover my face because look at this ugly mug. Nobody wants to look at this.
Sandy thinks you're cute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Sandy. I don't even know what she looks like.
Sandy's at home naked under a quilt right now.
Trying to find a sitter for her kids for Thursday.
You could bring them along, can't you? Doesn't Smedley's allow that?
Not after 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Well, they're kids.
Yeah, I get it.
They're children.
But if they're with adults, it should be okay.
Hey, MCP, thank you, brother. They said they'd get me a shirt.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking awesome.
All right, guys, we're gonna play a little game, myth or fact. So, lightning never strikes the same place twice.
That is a fact.
That's a myth.
No way.
Yes, it actually strikes multiple times, multiple tall buildings. They say lightning never strikes twice, but it does.
Wow.
You're 0 for 1.
You know what I'm thinking right now? Lightning strikes.
0 for 1.
Lightning strikes again.
Yeah.
Little docking.
Yeah. Docking.
That's what I was thinking.
Rockin' docking.
Okay, moving right along.
Bulls are colorblind and do not get angry at the color red.
They are colorblind, and they do not get angry at the color red. That is a fact.
That is a fact.
That is a fact.
True. Humans,
that I know.
Humans only use 10% of their brain. Myth or fact?
Sandy says she literally is.
Yeah, she told me yesterday. She said to me, she goes, Jeff, what are you wearing? And I was like, pajamas. And she's like, I'm naked under my quilt. I was like, okay, Sandy. I didn't know what to say to that.
Hey, guess who just signed in?
Who?
AVD.
Hello? Avoid Dead?
Another one of my favorite bands.
Yep, Avoid Dead. Great band, man. They had a big show the other night.
At the Chameleon.
Yeah, at the Chameleon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw
it. I saw it.
I saw a few videos.
Yeah, they always put everything up. Did you see their merch table?
Oh, my gosh.
Looked amazing.
That's another one.
Yeah. Another great band.
Phenomenal.
Yes. And big supporters of the show. So thank you, Avoid Dead. My Cleveland Project, thank you so much, too. You're also a big supporter. All right, here's another one for you. Myth or fact? Stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve stainless steel.
I'm going to say that's a myth.
It's a fact.
No way.
Yeah. The acids in your stomach can dissolve stainless steel.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And it's in our bodies. All right, ready?
How does our body... Never mind. That's a conversation for another day.
Through your gallbladder.
That might be like a
Produces acid.
paranormal conversation.
Yeah.
How our body can actually contain and withstand that.
Yeah.
Get on that, Matt.
God's creativity. He works miracles.
And yet people say there's no higher creator.
Well, we both know there is.
Absolutely.
Most of the listeners on the show know there is. So, all right. So, myth or fact? Your heart does not stop when you sneeze, but its rhythm can change.
I have no idea, but I do know that when I sneeze, I feel like my eyes are going to blow out of my head.
Yeah.
And my neck hurts really bad.
It's a fact.
It is a fact.
Yeah. You believe that?
I believe that. Yeah.
All right. Myth or fact? Goldfish only have a 3-second memory.
I'm going to say fact.
It's a myth.
How do you prove that one, though?
I guess scientists have. They can test them with food and things like that. If they keep coming back, that means they have a memory. They realize that there's a memory.
They get fed in the same place.
Yeah.
You know what I always say? Just keep swimming.
Yeah, just keep swimming. Well, they have to, right?
Oh, well, I mean, otherwise they die.
Yeah, they die.
Just keep swimming.
All right. Myth or fact? Mozart was buried in a pauper's grave, a mass grave for the poor.
Fact.
It's a myth.
And I'm not doing very well here, guy. Hey, you folks, outlaws, you guys got to help me.
Hey, and I put these down as fact, myth, fact, myth. Don't pay attention to
I'm not reading it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
guessing.
just want you to know. Mozart was buried in a common, respectable grave, which was a standard for citizens of his class at the time.
That's a fact.
Yes. All right, myth or fact? Yoko Ono broke up the Beatles.
No. It's a myth.
You're right.
But most people see it as a fact.
Yeah, she was a pain in the ass. I watched the documentary about the Beatles, and they were talking to Paul McCartney. And they
Was that
asked
the
him,
new one you watched? Because there's a lot of documentaries about the Beatles.
It was just one of them I had seen.
All right.
And they were asking him questions about John bringing Yoko into the studio. And he said, all of us hated it, but It was John Lennon, and what were you going to do? Tell him no? He was going to do it anyway. And she was very disruptive for a lot of the recordings. And that created a great deal of dissent amongst the band. But the Beatles broke up due to interpersonal pressures and disagreements, not just Yoko Ono.
That is a fact. Hey, Gibby, if you're still in there, back me up on this. A couple weeks ago, we were at Thursday Night Jam Night at our favorite place, Smedley's, our little favorite little living room. And there was someone who got up at Jam Night. And Jeff, I am always super supportive of anybody that dares to take the stage. Not because Smedley's is a hard place to play or anything like that. It's not like it's a tough crowd, but it takes guts to get up there and
Absolutely.
Sing and play and do that in front of people.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. Well, I'm talking to somebody, and Gibby's there, and all of a sudden, I hear this. It sounds like a goat or a whale in the background coming through the PA. I turn around, and there is this person on stage, a very young lady, pretty attractive, and she's making these sounds. And I thought, holy crap.
Yoko Ono is here.
I thought she signed. I thought maybe she signed with Yoko. And that was definitely a fact. It was scary.
Was it bad?
Oh.
Did she play guitar or anything, or just sang?
She sang and somebody else played guitar for her.
What was her name?
I don't know, but it was...
Do you think we can get her, invite her up for the party? And
it was terrifying.
Sing to us?
It was terrifying. I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of great musicians lined up that night for Jam Night, and it is going to be a banger.
Yeah, I keep telling everybody. There's a couple guys in the house that I live in that are going to come up too.
Awesome.
That I invited them. And they're big supporters of the show. They're watching right now.
See, that's even better. Because when we have supporters of the show come out and support the things that the show is doing.
Yeah. And last night when we got done, I was walking Robin out, and this guy stopped me. He's like, love the show. I'm telling everybody I know about the show. They all have to tune in. And he works with a whole bunch of people in the factory.
That's awesome.
So there's going to be a whole bunch of people coming.
Hey, do we have any more myths or facts?
I have a couple more.
Couple?
Myth or fact, the most expensive gear makes you sound the best.
I'm going to say a myth.
That's a myth.
Because, I don't use very expensive gear, and I think I sound pretty damn good.
Yeah, so it's...
for what I use.
Skill and creativity often outweigh the monetary costs of the instrument.
That is a fact.
It's a fact. And with that, we're going to play another song. Oh, that's okay. It's just I bumped it.
You got crazy stuff popping up on your screen.
Yeah, they can't see it, but we can. My Cleveland Project... Dave, I sent you an invitation, man. We're having a party at Smedley's on Thursday night. It starts around 7 or 8. I'm going to get there at 9. Robin will be there at 10, 10:30. I don't know what time Matt's going to get there because we do have a show to do on Thursday. We're going to cut it short so that we could get up there and everything. But we're celebrating the 500 Club. We have 500 subscribers. We're just about ready to monetize the channel and make some cash.
And that would be nice. We have started the breakdown and what it looks like monetarily for the channel is that pretty much as we have it with our hosts, because we have what 1, 2, 3, we have 4 co-hosts.
Yeah, because you have Zach Attack.
Now we have Zach Attack now on Tuesday nights. That we got to tell them about that. Oh my God!
Yeah, that's
so much to talk about today. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be the preview show this Tuesday.
This is crazy. So we got 4 co-hosts, and the 4 co-hosts we each get a quarter of 1%.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little more than that.
Then Jeff gets 99% because he is the idea guy and
the founder.
The founder. He is the face of Outlaw Radio.
The face of radio.
So
Vintage Blonde is here.
Vintage Blonde is here.
All-female rock band out of Chicago. Hello, guys.
Darren's here, too, from the UK, signing in.
He is here. Hello, Darren.
Darren, it's great to see you, brother.
And thank you for your comment about last night's show. I appreciate it, bro. Big time. All right, we're going to play a couple tunes. When we come back, I have Project Looking Glass, Time Machines, and Matt suggested I do the Chrono Visor.
You can't say that one either. Chrono Visor.
And I'm not high tonight.
And he's not drinking Crown and Cranberry.
No, drinking water. Smoking cigars, baby. All right, here we go. I have for you something really cool. This is a really long song, but you're going to dig it because it's got a lot of changes. This is Divine Sovereign, okay? And we're going to follow that up with Valkenwolf, The Deceiver, and we'll be right back.
his seat, and he split your tongue. King of golden sun, yeah. And the author said, any tensions met, respect and doubt, every animal sound, yeah. Oh, say, love, love. Oh, say, love, love. And the shadows spun, yeah. King of crown and sun. Twilight embraced, break Solomon's cage. And the power said, defy secrets, unveil these lies. Is the enemy's line, yeah. Oh, say, lies. Oh, say, lies.
Nice drum roll at the end, man.
That drum track is just sick.
That was super cool, right?
Absolutely, man, dude. The timing, they're great.
That was cool. A lot of stops and starts. I like that type of jam.
Absolutely.
I love it. So that was Valkenwolf with Deceiver. Before that, you heard a long song by Divine Sovereign with lots of changes, and that's super cool, too.
It is.
The Hall of the Viking King, it sounds like.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's got that vibe, right? All right, Paranormal, guys. You see the DeLorean? Reminds me of Back to the Future.
A little bit of Back to the Future.
All right, so time machines, the Chrono Visor, and Project Looking Glass. All right. The time machine is a hypothetical or fictional device used to achieve time travel. Supposedly hypothetical. Allegedly.
Well, that's what they say.
That's what they say. In theoretical physics, a true time machine is defined as a mechanism that creates closed time like curves, allowing an object to loop back to its own past. While forward time travel is a proven reality, driven by speed and gravity under Einstein's relativity, backward time travel remains highly controversial with no conclusive proof of physical possibility. Supposedly. The DeLorean, built by Doc Brown in Back to the Future, requires 1.21 gigawatts of power and a speed of 88 miles per hour. Myth or fact?
That's a fact.
That's a fact, baby. The TARDIS is a living space-time ship utilized by the Time Lords in Doctor Who. Myth or fact? That's a fact. Okay. The Chronosphere, a massive brass velvet chair introduced in H.G. Wells' foundational 1895 novel, The Time Machine.
That's also a fact.
That's a fact, baby.
That's definitely a fact.
The UFO and time travel conspiracy theory is an internet culture and ufology project. Looking Glass is prominent conspiracy theory alleging a secret military intelligence program that reverse engineered alien technology to view future timelines. They're saying it's true, okay, in the UFO report stuff. The core claim it supposedly utilized counter-rotating mercury plasma chambers in quantum technology to warp space-time, creating a portal to view probable future outcomes. So what they say is you have a piece of paper, right? And you fold that paper over. That is time travel. So you can go from this point to this point by folding time. Okay?
Almost like a wormhole.
Like a wormhole or a portal or a Stargate. Not like the TV show, Jim. Stargate. A real
Stargate.
Okay. The narrative stems primarily from the early 2000s testimonies of figures like Dan Burrish, Dan Crane, who claimed to have worked on the project at a hidden section of Area 51 called S4. Bob Lazar talks about that a lot.
He does.
Yeah. He worked at S4. The timeline convergence myth. Adherents often claim that operators panicked when the machine showed all future timelines bottlenecking and converging into a single inevitable outcome. Initially tied to the 2012 phenomenon, modern variations of the myth frequently shift this unavoidable disclosure event timeline to the late 2020s. Interesting stuff, right?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
You're going to love this one, Rob.
The Chrono Visor?
The Chrono Visor. The Chrono Visor is a legendary, unproven device allegedly invented in the 1950s by a Benedictine monk, Father Pellegrino Ernetti, said to allow users to view past events by tuning into residual electromagnetic radiation. It is frequently described as a television-like machine that captured historical moments such as the crucifixion of Jesus, speeches by Napoleon, rather than physical time travel vehicle.
It kind of reminds me of like,
It's a visor.
Well, it's a visor, but it reminds me of what's the
Oh, you remember the thing that when you were kids and used to...
Well, no, it reminds me more like the VR headset thing.
Yeah, like a VR headset.
You know?
Yeah.
I know it's called a VR headset, but there's like specific names. I think Facebook has one or something like that. Apple, I think, has one.
Do you remember when we were kids, when we had the thing that we would put up to our eyes and we would just hit the switch and it would change the images?
Well, it had the disc in it.
Yeah, it had the disc.
It was, what was that called?
I can't remember, but I remember seeing it as a kid.
Yeah, and you like it was red.
Yeah.
And you go, and you're like, oh wow, mountain.
Wow,
again, you go,
horsey. Yeah, now that we have VR headsets.
Jupiter, Saturn.
Yeah, now we have headsets that put us in a zombie apocalypse or put us in heaven or put us wherever we want to go. It's amazing what they're doing. And now they're coming out with glasses that work like a cell phone.
Well, they have glasses where it tracks the movement of your eyes.
Yeah.
So that, like, if you're like, you can be looking at like a document on your screen, and you can just move your eyes a certain way, and it'll turn the page.
I swear, honey, I wasn't looking at her ass.
With all these things that keep popping up on your computer, Jeff, you might have a virus.
At least it's not porn. Well, I shouldn't say the word. Corn. Sorry,
corn.
YouTube. Corn.
Corn.
It's all industry. My bad. I'm not used to the new rules yet. I'm getting there. Okay?
It's silly.
All right, so legend suggests that due to the potential for massive misuse, spying, blackmail, Pope Pius ordered the machine dismantled and hidden in the 50 miles underneath the Vatican.
That Pope Pius the 12th.
Yeah.
That was Pope Pius the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He wanted it dismantled because he thought humanity couldn't deal with it.
Janine said it was the Viewmaster.
The Viewmaster, that's exactly what it was. Okay.
That not to be confused with Jeff James himself, the Cockmaster.
The Cockmaster. There you go. That one was a mistake. Okay. Evidence and debunking. The only proof offered was a photograph of the crucifixion, which skeptics later identified as a picture of a wooden statue in an Italian church.
Go figure.
But the speeches from Napoleon and those other ones, they could not debunk.
Wow.
Interesting, right?
I mean, this kind of stuff really is pretty interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people say, this is the thing. And Matt, he wants to move on from disclosure because it's so annoying. But this is the thing. For eons, since the 30s, they've been telling us we're crazy, that aliens didn't exist, and you were a nut job if you talked about that they did exist, that interdimensional beings wasn't real. But now we're finding out that, yes, this is all real. So they're saying that time travel is not possible, but Einstein said it's possible. Theory of relativity, right? They have some stuff that they have debunked, and then there's other things that they say that is real, like S4, portals, stargates, wormholes. That's what they're saying, that the interdimensional beings are coming through these like portals. So,
is it possible? You know what? I'm going to save that for another show.
Okay.
I'm going to save this for another show. So that means you guys got to keep watching.
That's right.
I do. I've got a big one. We're going to talk.
That's what I know. I heard that from some ladies. Rob's got a big one. Myth or fact? Shit, that's funny. Sorry, Reverend.
So
you came on Outlaw Radio. I'm bad.
Wow.
Okay.
Is it warm in here?
It got warm.
Yeah, really?
I feel like there's heat.
There's definitely heat.
Okay, we're gonna play a song.
I don't know. Sandy's got a bunch of cocks right here. They're chicken cocks. Look. Those are cocks, aren't they?
I believe so.
She put a bunch of them up in the comments.
Hey, Sandy, are you a little horny under that quilt? Hey, girl.
What the heck's going on with you, girl?
Okay. Pretty weird that the Vatican was hiding things from us.
Well, why is anybody surprised that the Vatican hides anything?
Yeah. Well, they're hiding it because they don't want us to know, but we all know.
They have literally taken out hundreds of manuscripts that could have been included within the Holy Canon because they said, oh, it's not relevant. No, it just means you can't control us.
Yeah, even the Pentagon has come forward and said the Book of Enoch depicts the aliens and what really happened. Even Rep. Anna Luna, she's super hot, said the Book of Enoch depicts aliens, and that is real. They referenced the Book of Enoch.
We had a really interesting discussion about the Book of Revelation before the show.
Yeah, we did. We have to make a show about it.
We have to do a whole show. You know what? That might be, oh, man. Ooh, that might be a little bit further down the road. But you know what would be really cool? Have a roundtable discussion about the Book of Revelation.
Yeah.
With all the co-hosts and the host.
You know who would love that is Robin.
Really?
So, oh, yeah. When I met with her, she was reading me Bible passages.
Wow, Robin.
Yeah.
Where is she tonight?
I think she's working. She works all the way out in Hudson, Ohio.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She was supposed to work remote, but now they have her traveling.
She works...
that's why she'll be so late to the party.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah. She is fun.
Where is her loyalty?
Yeah, Robin, where's your loyalty?
Holy crap. Robin, you better watch the replay of this.
Yeah.
But I really think it would be cool to we do a whole kind of like a round table thing. Do a show, a special edition. And we kind of go around and we all just kind of interact and have a conversation.
Yeah, we could do that.
Somehow, we'd probably have to have multiple cameras.
Yeah, that's something for the future. We could.
But I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
But there's a way we can do it. We can figure it out.
We could also do it like a Facebook Live as well, where you set the camera up and we all just sit there and on a couch or something and go back and forth on like a round table.
And we could. This is going to be...
the
Outlaws,
possibilities are endless.
They are endless. And the idea master over here, oh my gosh, he's got so much great stuff planned for you guys. We got an interview coming up soon.
Yeah, we do. So we're going to play a song and then when they should be coming on. But I do want to recognize a fan out there. I believe this is Matt Guka's nephew, and he's right there in the right, sporting an Outlaw Radio hat.
All right, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, son.
And you know what?
Awesome.
We're going to give you one of these, okay? One of these. You rock. All right, let's play a tune. And hopefully we have those guys coming on. And I saved a special song for you. This is super cool. I love Detroit. I like this band. They're called Detroit Trouble. And this song is called Time Machine. And we'll be right back.
Hell yeah.
to the city. Rent by the hour motel. You get downtown in 20. Gets you a bag for $100. And don't see eye to eye, no. Motherfuckers online acting like your bro. Come and take a ride with me. Back in time was when we had. You can find me in my time machine. In my time machine. Traveling on down them bumpy roads. City don't care, they just reload. Lining them pockets with your cash. Everybody trying to rob your stash. And all them so-called friends of mine gonna have my back now every time. Come and take a ride with me. Back in time was when we had. You can find me in my time machine. In my time machine. Mississippi wine girl, she made me feel oh so good. Ain't nothing like Detroit whiskey. I sure do love my city. Y'all give me that word I needed. Do what I do till I bleed it. Come and take a ride with me. Back in time was when we had. You can find me in my time machine. In my time machine. Come and take a ride with me. Back in time was when we had. You can find me in my time machine. In my time machine.
Detroit Trouble with Time Machine. All right, guys, I'm getting this set up so we could do the interview here. It's going to take me 1 second,
This is awesome.
and because I have multiples. So,
I am learning all about how this works. It's pretty amazing.
and then this one here. Hold on 1 second.
Do, do, do.
Okay. All right, so proudly hailing from Akron, Ohio, Jozey and The Corruption bring a raw, hard-hitting live show with a DI grit. Please welcome to the show, The Corruption. Welcome to the
Hey.
show.
What's up,
Thank you.
guy?
Thanks for having us.
All right,
Absolutely.
so guys, we're on like a 3 or 5 second delay, okay? So like when I ask you a question and then you guys are talking, when you end, there's going to be a slight delay. It always happens through Zoom, just so you know, okay?
Gotcha.
All right, cool. Well, welcome to Outlaw Radio. It's fantastic to have you join us tonight.
Hey, we're glad to be here. Thanks a lot.
Super cool, man. All right, I'm going to get right into it, okay? You guys are known for your original outlaw punk and roll. How has your sound evolved from the early days?
Joe, why don't you take that one?
Can Joe hear us?
I'm not hearing Joe.
I'm not hearing Joe either.
Hey, Joe, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right. Check to see if your mute is on. That's a reoccurring thing. That
While he's,
happens.
while he's figuring out his technical side, I can kind of answer that a little bit. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so I've been in the Corruption now for 3 years. I think the band's been going on for about 6 years. So Jozey, who is not here today, obviously,
Right.
started this, and it had much more of sort of a punk vibe. I think early on they were a 3-piece sort of punk vibe, and then we just sort of we still have that in us, but it's much more of like sort of an 80s, late 80s kind of vibe, Guns N' Roses, LA Guns, Skid Row, that kind of thing. But then with that punk sort of influence in there as well. So that's sort of, I came in as a second guitarist to sort of give Jozey some more freedom on stage, not have to worry about having hold down the guitar completely. So it gives him some more freedom to be a front man and stuff like that. So adding the two guitars adds a totally different vibe to what they had before as a 3-piece.
Yeah, very cool, man. All right, so what's the story? So we're going to play Sin City Outlaws after the interview's over.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that song?
Okay, so this is sort of a character that Jozey created, the Sin City Outlaw, and throughout the different albums that we've worked on and different songs, you can kind of follow his story. So you've got the Sin City Outlaw, which was on the first one, and the second one has a song called Ghost, where he's kind of going through he's not really looking back on stuff anymore, and then we're gonna have more stuff going forward, with a song called, which we can touch on later, Straight Edge Superstar, and stuff like that. So the Sin City Outlaw is somewhat of an alter ego for Jozey himself. So he's sort of, it's not really who he is, but it is kind of a little bit who he is. So that he's just kind of creating this ongoing story in the music. So the Sin City Outlaw is just a guy who's out there just trying to live and do his thing. If you have our second EP, you've got a little bit of a comic that opens up a little bit of a comic book story in there about the Sin City Outlaw losing a motorcycle race, and then that becomes the name of the album, which was Being Number 2 Sucks. You know what I mean? So we had a really fantastic artist drew a couple panels of comic book is illustrating us and Jozey racing this guy, and it's kind of a cool thing.
I was just about to ask you, is that a reoccurring theme with the cartoons and stuff?
Yeah, so the cartoon thing was sort of just a one-off. It was a friend of ours who was a fantastic artist who did all the cover art for the entire part of the second album there, with the sort of the number 2 looking like the Harley Davidson number 1 kind of logo sort of thing. Unfortunately, that guy, a dear friend of mine, he passed away back in November after a bout with cancer. So there will be no more of that. I mean, we may do some more things like that, but that particular style and that particular artist, he's not going to be able to do anything else for us.
I got you on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry for your loss, guys.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you.
It's tough to being in a band and having stuff like that, and then you lose a core member or somebody that works in the management or PR, and unfortunately, it happens to a lot of bands.
Yeah.
Even the really big bands. If you look at like Metallica and stuff,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
you have to move forward. You don't have to move forward, but a lot of bands still do. But they
Yeah.
pay tribute to them in the writing of songs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
we're hoping to put together some sort of a little benefit show. I know this summer, maybe do some covers, to have some other our friends come up and jam and do stuff. Then take the proceeds and be able to give that to his family. So yeah, we've talked about that. So trying to make that happen.
So let me ask, since we got you guys here, what do you do in the band? I see a guitar back there. Are you the guitar player?
Yeah, so I'm the rhythm guitarist, second guitarist, however you want to call it. Kind of a funny thing. When I joined, they had an ad I saw it on Facebook, I believe, and they said they were looking for Izzy Stradlin. which is like Izzy's a huge influence on me. I've always been like into the rhythm guitarists, Malcolm Young, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Paul Stanley, I love Paul Stanley. The guys who play the guitar but aren't really the focal point of the music. So I auditioned, and Jozey was, guitar players together. There's always a little bit of, maybe some tension, a little bit of competition or whatever. And he was one that kind of nipped that in the bud right away. Looked like we're on the same team. But he said, I got to make it clear to you that, I'm the lead guitarist in this band. He says, it's Jozey and the Corruption. It's not Eric and the Corruption, which I always thought was kind of a funny thing. But I do get a chance to play some leads. Jozey's he's the main guy. He writes the songs. He plays most lead guitar parts. But I get to do a few little things. But like I said, my role is to be there to really work with the rhythm section and just give Jozey a chance to be the front man that he is.
And what does Joe do in the band? I don't know if can we hear you yet, Joe? No, we can't hear him.
So,
like, is the mute thing on?
Yeah, no. So
I know we turned you up over
yeah. So
here.
check.
No, on our end.
I'm gonna show him this before we move on to your answer. But hold on one second. So right here, you see how it says in settings. The settings doesn't have anything to do with it. And you see how his volume. I have it all the way
up there.
It's pretty much all the way up, but it's on his end that he can't turn off his mute. That happens to a lot of people when we get them on the show. But I can't look at his computer to see what the issue is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It happens.
It happens. But Joe, it's not a.
Joe
We'll
looks
just
like
have you give the thumbs up every time. Okay?
Joe. You look like you. Yeah, I mean, since you don't have much to say, that means you're probably the bass player.
Yeah, just like in my cleanup project. Remember, Russ? He didn't say anything the whole show, and then at the end he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I mean,
so Joe,
right?
unfortunately, we can't hear from Joe, but he's got a fantastic answer to this question because he was originally the drummer in The Corruption.
Okay.
Oh, right on.
So the drums that you hear on both of the recordings, if you have both of our CDs, that's Joe. That's Joe playing drums, and another guy named Jamie playing bass. So Jamie wasn't able to continue with the band, and so we were looking for drummers, and Joe was like, hey, if we can't find a drummer, or if we can't find a bass player, I'll pick up the bass and we'll look for a drummer. And I think Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, you really wanted to play bass, right? That was kind of the thing you really wanted to get into, right?
Thumbs up.
We can't hear. Just give us a thumbs up.
Joe, try this because it's Janine brought it up, and I was just about to say it before she did that. Sign out, and then try to sign back in. Try that. Okay. All right. So
he's the bass player now.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
From drums to bass. Well, it's kind of like the same thing because the drummer plays with the bass player. Typically in a band, they play together.
It's not like that at all.
Well, that's how I always did.
No, the bass player is the leader of the band.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying he's not the leader of the band.
I mean, I might be a little biased here, but the bass player is the leader of the
he's
band.
the bass player, but I believe the drummer is the leader of the band, really. My brother was a drummer, and I was a guitar player. And I wanted to mention this. You mentioned Izzy Stradlin. Big fan of Izzy Stradlin right here.
Huge.
I played guitar in all the bands as a rhythm guitar player for the longest time.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, can we hear you? No.
No.
Effer, man. Yeah. All right. Well, you just give us a thumbs up. Okay. Yeah. So, going back to Izzy Stradlin, I'm a huge fan of Izzy Stradlin. Malcolm Young. Oh, yeah. Big fan of Malcolm Young. Yeah. Always loved the rhythm guitar players. As I played with my brother, who was a drummer, and I had to learn to play rhythm quite a bit and get really good at it because we didn't have a lead guitar player. And at that time, I wasn't playing lead guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I love all that kind of stuff. It's awesome.
Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you now, bro.
There we go.
All right. And then turn, if you have your phone, turn it down a little bit so you don't get the echo. That'll be the other thing.
All right.
All right, you're perfect now. Okay.
Better?
I just want you to know, Joe, I defended you while you were away. Bass players are the leader of the band.
Yeah, we could debate that later, Rob.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
All right, this one will go out to Joe then, this question. You guys have dealt with a lot of lineup changes. How does this lineup lock up into the original version of when they first put it together?
Well, when we first got together, it was just a three-piece. So we were looking to fill that extra space. And it also gave Jozey a chance to be more of a front man than just standing there and playing guitar. So it's coming off the three-piece and adding Eric in there. Even when I was playing drums, it just filled it out. And it just gave Jozey a little bit more room to breathe and be that front man that he wants to be. So that's so it's definitely, and the music has gotten between the first two and this third one that hopefully we'll start working on here soon. It's definitely going to be a lot harder and a lot more driven. So.
Yeah, very cool. And so Jozey wrote me before the interview, and he gave me a list of things to ask you guys, which I'm probably not going to ask all those questions that he sent over. But you guys are working on a new album, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that project, what it's all about, and what your ideas are, and when you plan to release, and all that great stuff.
I'm not sure when we are planning to release, because we were still in the process of working and fine-tuning the songs that we want to put on it. We don't know if we want to make it a full-length album or just make it another EP. But it'll definitely, hopefully before the end of the year, we'll be able to release or at least have a single out.
Yeah, so we got this coming out. The next EP, it may be a full length right now. We've got enough for an EP, but as Joseph might do a full length, 3 Chords in a Cloud of Rust is gonna what it's called. So like there's a theme. So the first one was called One. The second one was being Number Two Sucks. The next one was three Chords in Cloud of Rust, and then the fourth one we're gonna call Led Zeppelin 4. So
Great.
yeah. So we have a handful of songs right now. And Jozey writes prolifically. I mean, he is writing songs all the time. I mean, he'll turn around like a weekend and say, "Hey, I wrote 8 songs this weekend," or whatever. So we have to like basically tell him to slow down so we can catch up. On the side, we're also trying to put together a little bit of a cover project. So we're working on doing some cover things and putting some stuff together. So we're real busy. We also have a live album coming out that we recorded last year. Outlaws and Anthems. Live and Chaotic, that's going to be coming out soon. So that will be cool. That's going to be a video. The club we had that shot a multicam video and professional recording through the mixer and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be an awesome thing that we're doing. We're just trying to find the time. We're going to get back in the studio with Curran Murphy, guitar player for Venom Inc., who's just a fantastic guitar player, fantastic musician, great. I mean, he builds amps. He just knows everything there is to know about everything in the music business, so he's kind of, we love working with him, so he'll be recording and producing this once again once we get in there, and hopefully we'll have that's the third EP or a full length, depending on what it is, as Joe said, by the end of this calendar year, maybe early 2027.
You mentioned doing a cover band. What type of cover band are you going to be?
80s hair mostly.
Nice.
With some, we might, and then the sort of the stuff that's influenced. We might throw in some Zeppelin, might throw in some Sabbath, some Kiss, the stuff that wasn't necessarily 80s hair. Well, I guess Kiss was 80s hair, but doing that sort of thing. And we're getting a different singer, so Jozey can go out there and just focus on being the lead guitar player, because we learn these covers. There's a lot of stuff to learn and get down. You're trying to learn how to, playing Warren DeMartini and George Lynch and Eddie Van Halen, all those kind of stuff. That takes up a lot of time, and really, Jozey would be the first one to tell you he doesn't really have the range or the voice to do a lot of these covers, especially talking about Guns N' Roses or Skid Row. They're really high range type stuff. So he's excited to be able to go back into being guitar player mode, but then also in the Corruption, we got the thing where he's the front man leading the whole thing.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, you're right. That lead guitar work is really tough.
Yeah,
Eddie Van Halen especially. George Lynch was amazing as well.
Yeah, Jozey's big three are Jimmy Page, Eddie Van Halen, and George Lynch. Those are the guys that really influences him. So he really gets into trying to learn that stuff.
Might as well throw some Joe Satriani in there.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
All right, I got another one for you, man. So, outside of musical influences, what other pop culture, movies, and real life experiences have left a mark on the band and the music?
Joe?
Tough one.
Man, I don't know. I know Josie has a vision for the band, and it's sort of I always call it like a sort of L.A. Guns, Faster Pussycat type of style, maybe mixed in with some Social D. Um, so and you know that's pretty much what I say it is, and that's why we call it outlaw punk and roll. You know, everyone's influenced by different things. I mean, I big into the SoCal punk scene, so like Bad Religion and Social D. So I try to bring some of that in when I play. I don't know. Eric might be more into like the Kiss and more of the early '80s stuff, early Van Halen and stuff like that. And then Josie's he's just influenced by everyone under the sun. So that's
And then Mike, our drummer, he's a metal guy. He's a real heavy hitter, big foot on the kick drum. Because he comes from that real more of a metal background. You know, I can't think of some of the bands that he's into, but you know, heavier stuff, drop C, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really interesting differences with all the different members, and it makes a really cool sound. I can't wait to play the song for the Reverend here so he can hear it.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you have a new album in the works,
Yep.
and I hear you guys have a gig coming up. What do you got coming?
Yeah. Next Saturday at the where is the Outpost in Kent?
yeah. The 23rd will be at the Outpost in Kent. It's an opening gig, but you know what? We play it like we headline it. So, you know, we're going to go out there and put on a hell of a show. And, you know, just like we did the last time and just like we did last week where we played the West Side Bowl out in Youngstown. So
Yeah.
we had a great time. It was a great stage. And it was just a great time.
We're gonna be playing with some guys called Rock Generation. They're a cover band. You know, they do a lot of classic metal and '80s and kind of stuff. Really great. A lot of names from the Northeast Ohio, you know, Northeast Ohio area. Yeah. So you got Guy Bechter, who's just a tremendous bass player, and you know some other the other guys in the band. So they're really good. If you're want to see some good '80s and classic metal, they do a fantastic job. So we're always happy to open up and do gigs with them. They're buddies of ours.
Reverend, did you have a question?
Well, actually, I mean, you guys were talking about your influences a little bit. And whenever a band talks about their influences, I always have to throw this one band out there because this is one band that nobody ever names. But most musicians have a high regard for this band. What do you guys think of Doug, Ty, and Jerry from King's X?
Yeah, so that's exactly what you just said. I'm not influenced. I don't really know a lot about them, but just tremendous respect for the musicianship that those guys have. You know what I mean? And you can tell by my background. I got Gene Simmons, all this kind of stuff. I'm a 3-chord kind of guy. You know what I mean? And you know, four chords, 5 chords, that sort of thing. AC/DC, Kiss, that sort of thing. So when you're talking about Joe Satriani and you're getting into King's X and Yngwie Malmsteen, and which I love Yngwie, but it's to listen to, but I can't touch any of the stuff he does on guitar. It kind of gets outside my scope of like what I want from music. You know what I mean? And but the respect, I mean, tons of respect for the guys that can really rip and shred and get into music theory and get in, you know, Dream Theater, those kind of guys, those kinds of bands. You know what I mean? Not my thing, but I love it all.
You know, Yngwie Malmsteen has the scalloped guitar neck.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to play a scalloped neck?
I have, and it's extremely difficult if you're not used to doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely is.
All right, guys. All right, so where can our listening audience find your music? Obviously, you have a gig next week at the Outpost. I know we have some listeners out there in the Kent area. Guys out there, go out and check out this band. They're really good. You're going to love the song we play afterwards. It really describes their sound perfectly. But where can they buy your merch and hear all your music?
Go ahead, Joe.
Well, we're all over the place. We're on Apple Music. We're on YouTube. We're definitely on Spotify. Our website is thecorruptionakron.com.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere you stream music, you're going to be able to find us.
Okay. And do you guys have merch as well?
Yeah, we do. We
You have to pretty much get it at the show, or if you contact us, we get you some. We don't really have an online store that's working right now, but if you want something, have people just email Jozey, get a hold of us, leave us a note on Facebook, anywhere, and we'll make sure we get you something.
All right, guys. I'll also get that email put out there for you before the end of the show, so you could check out if you want to get some merch from them. All right, guys. I want to thank you so much for coming on Outlaw Radio. Rev, do you have any questions before?
I'm all good, man.
All right, man. Thank you guys so much for enlightening us, telling us about your sound.
Yep.
I like you guys a lot. I've been after Jozey for months and months to send me an MP3. He kept sending me waves. I'm like, I don't have enough time in the day to work on waves, and get them because there's so many tunes. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you coming on.
We appreciate you guys too for doing this kind of thing and giving us an opportunity and other bands to come on here, and it's really awesome what you guys do. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Yep.
This is Jozey The Corruption, and would you like to introduce the song title?
Yeah, this is our first single. We usually end our show with this. It's an anthem. People love it. Sin City Outlaw.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Sin City Outlaws. You guys have a fantastic night. Take it easy.
All right, guys.
Play the dead man's hand. you step my way? Don't you say my name? Don't you be a victim in my deadly game? Sin City Outlaw, here comes the man in black. You play the dead man's hand, you better watch your back. Sin City Outlaw, here comes the man in black. You play the dead man's hand, you better watch your back. Sin City Outlaw, I am the man in black. I play the dead man's hand, you can't watch your back. Sin City Outlaw, I am the man in black. I play the dead man's hand, you better watch your back.
Your perfume still stains my lungs. It's hard to breathe now that you're gone. I could fill an ocean with these tears. I just wanna disappear.
These tears fall like bars. Tears fall like bars.
I never want to let you go. So many things I wish I'd known. You could fill an ocean with your hate. I just wanna plan my escape.
These tears fall like bars. Tears fall like bars.
These raindrops fall like tears. I wish I wasn't even here. You could fill an ocean with this pain. I was your greatest mistake.
These tears fall like bars. Tears fall like
Yeah, we're back, baby. That was some good songs.
You know what?
Jozey.
You know what? That interview was outstanding, and I hope all the outlaws out there enjoyed that interview, Jeff.
It was good.
I got so much out of it, and then I got to hear that song. That song is great. What's it called? Outlaw Sin City, right? Outlaw Sin City. That is a killer tune. I did not realize that we had cool bands like that in the greater Cleveland or greater Northern Ohio.
Sin City Outlaw.
Sin City Outlaw,
Yeah.
not Outlaw Sin City. Sin City Outlaw.
Close enough, Rob.
I mean, I knew we had great musicians, and we do have some great bands, but it just seems like, you know, in the last, oh gosh, I don't know, decade and a half, 2 decades, that there's just such a lack of support for original music.
You're right.
In Northeast Ohio and in greater Northern Ohio. But that's a band that should get a lot of fucking support.
Yeah.
You know, and shit, I'm trying not to curse so much, folks.
It's okay to curse,
But
we just can't say keywords.
you know, but I'm working on it. But
Corn.
Corn, 304s,
Yeah.
Unalive.
Germany.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, there are certain words we can't say. Yeah, that was a great interview. It's cool to hear from bands. They're in Akron. The whole DIY grit thing going on. This punk rock mixed with metal, mixed with
I mean, I heard
80s hair
a
metal.
little faster Pussycat. You said
Yeah.
you heard a little AC/DC. I heard a little Hanoi Rocks.
Yeah, Hanoi Rocks.
I definitely heard the Social D.
Yeah, I heard
You know
that
that
too.
punk. There's another punk band, kind of pseudo punk band that I'm thinking of, and I can't think of the name of them from back in the early '90s. I want to say, early and mid '90s. They didn't do so well, but Green Day took off, and they don't sound anything like Green Day.
Oh, I know who you're talking
And I
about.
can't think of the name of them. The dude had the big Liberty spikes.
Oh, yeah. Rancid.
Rancid. That's the other one. I heard a little Rancid in that one too.
Rancid
Thank you,
was
Jeff.
a cool
Thank
band.
you. Yeah, I heard a little bit of that.
Rudy Soho.
Yeah,
That one.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard that in there too. So yeah, they have a wide range of music and stuff.
I could hear I could definitely hear the '80s, like melodic, and I hate to say glam or hair metal, but I mean I did. I could hear that influence in there and all throughout it. Great. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
When they mentioned Faster Pussycat, I was a big fan. I seen them in concert, saw them with like Poison and stuff. And Tommy Downs was the lead singer. Their hit song was "The Bathroom Wall." Do you remember that?
Got your number off the bathroom
Yep.
wall.
Pussy, 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 pussycat.
Cat. Yeah, that's right. I do.
Yeah, that was a cool intro. Yeah, that was a cool band. And then, you know, stemming from there, you have Cinderella and all those other great bands. I mean,
Oh man, I mean,
hair metal is so much fun.
you know what band I thought
time.
in the late '80s is when they really, you know, mid to late '80s they kind of started to pop, but they had their most success in the early '90s with one specific song. It was called the Love Song. But Tesla,
Oh, Tesla, yeah.
you know, Tesla was one. I mean, and those guys are still rocking, man. I see them every time
That
they
was-
come to town.
That was Einstein's medicine.
Edison's medicine.
Edison's medicine.
Yeah,
That's right.
they are not an
That's right.
Edison. They're Nikolai Tesla
Yeah.
fans. They don't really like.
Yeah,
Einstein
you're
so
exactly
much.
right about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool. I want to do a couple polls for our audience. Want to pick,
You know what?
pick
We
who they are?
should do a poll for Jozey and the Corruption.
Let's do that. Jozey and the Corruption, I know you're still out there listening. We're doing Angel Wisdom card pulls, some messages from the universe. I'm going to pull one for you right now, okay? All right, let's see what we got here. You have the Earth sign. I'll show you the card right there so you could see it.
No.
So check it out. A windfall of abundance, wise counsel, good fortune, an exciting career opportunity is on the horizon. A lucrative contract, significant purchases like a home or a vehicle.
And that sounds like a pretty good card, Jeff.
That's a really
That's a great
that's
card.
A dang good card, man.
Joe, you're gonna have to go back and or no, Eric, you're gonna have to go back and make sure that you let Josie know that there's a lot of great things coming for all of you guys in the band. A lot of great things coming.
All right, who else do
This
we
is
have?
amazing. You know who else we got in here? We got Vintage Blonde is in the room.
Let's do a pull for them.
Vintage Blonde, 1790.
Ooh, this is a good one too. You got the Empress.
Ooh.
The Empress is fantastic with the unicorn on her lap, with the shield, rabbits, the whole bit.
Trumpet, a little trumpet there.
The interesting thing is, Rob, when I pulled your cards the other day, you got the Empress
I got
too.
the Empress too. That's true.
It's a good card. All right, so time to take action. Give birth to your dreams. Creative projects will be very successful. abundance and prosperity. Another great card.
Another great card. Hey, what about what about Janine?
Janine, let's pull.
Did
a
we
card
do
for
Janine?
you. All right. Let's see what we got for Janine. The High Priestess.
The High Priestess. Uh-oh.
I think Sandy's out there. She's pretty high. No pun intended. Okay.
Sandy's busy laying in bed naked.
Yeah, under a quilt. Thinking about the Cockmaster. All right, so Janine.
Maybe.
Maybe you, Rev.
Maybe.
He'll take the collar off.
I leave the collar on.
He leaves the collar on. Okay. Meditate and turn inward to discover your soul's true desire. This is not the time for action. Develop your intuitive gifts and trust the wisdom that you receive. On the card itself, the High Priestess is sitting at a throne with the apple, right, with a full gauntlet next to her with wisdom. The crescent moon is very, very good.
Very good thing. You know, let's do one more.
Okay, one more.
Let's do one more, and then we can do a couple more at the end of the show. What do
Sure,
you think?
definitely.
Let's do Hups.
All right, Hup.
Let's do Hups. Hups. I know he's in the room and he's listening, but you know he's been going through a lot of things lately, so he could use a little guidance. You know, a little bit of guidance. Hopefully, we got a good one for you, Hups.
That's your card right there.
What's this one called?
This is another earth sign.
Another Earth sign.
All right, so managing your resources wisely.
Ah.
Extremes in how you give or receive money, time or emotions, smart business decisions, seeing things as black and white, and also be more charitable.
Huh? Well. Give and take.
Give and take.
Give and take. That is a good card too.
Yeah.
That
Let's
is a
do
good
just
card.
one last one.
You want to do one last
Yeah,
one?
I want to do one for Sandy.
You know what? We should do one for Sandy.
Okay. Ooh. She's got the Emperor.
Oh, looks like a big old sword.
Big sword. Also sitting on the throne, holding the world in her hands. I also have a big sword.
Is it in your hand?
Not in my hand. It could be in your hand. You never know. All right. Okay, here we go. Logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of a situation. Accept a leadership role. Structure and discipline is the way to go.
Oh,
Discipline, holding on to that
big
sword. Okay.
I'm dying here. Let's pull one more card. We got to
right,
pull
pull
one
one
for
more.
Sandy.
That's what you got, Sandy. You got the big old sword, baby. The eggplant. All right. You know what time it is, Rob?
Just roll.
Okay. Here we go.
I need,
Oh, let me make sure we got this all set up. All right.
I need a second.
Sandy's like, I just want the sword. I could care less about the rest of the cards. Give me that damn sword. Hey, at least it's a sword, not a little wand. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. Oh, my bad.
You have been banned, you loser. Now crawl back into your hole.
That was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that one.
I had to hit my inhaler.
Sandy's gonna need her inhaler afterwards, man.
Oh, my God. That's too funny.
Okay.
Well, you know what time it is?
I know. I'm ready for it.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. I got something good for you.
This is the altar in the dirt, where what's broken gets called out, and what's possible gets worked for.
What she put up there?
Eggplant crowns. I think that means she's the eggplant queen.
King Cock and the Eggplant Queen.
It could be the cockmaster.
The Cockmaster. That's what they call me, Sandy.
Could be.
You're in trouble, girl.
I mean,
Thursday
Jesus,
night.
I'm hung like an elevator button. So,
Okay.
anyways, this is the All Turn the Dirt, folks. You know what I got for you tonight?
Rock.
She's explaining. This is rock bottom is a conversation tonight, folks. And here, everybody thinks rock bottom's a place, right? You get to, right, Jeff? And here's the thing: rock bottom isn't necessarily a place. It's not a jail cell or a motel room, a hospital bed. For some people, rock bottom, they think it's their wife leaving, their husband, cheating, or bank account, hitting zero, powder on a table, cutting it up, or a bottle in the truck seat.
I like to call it riding the rails.
It could be hot rails.
Hot rails.
Could be hot rails, Could be a speedball. Could be your face in the bathroom mirror at 3 a.m. wondering what the hell happened to you.
I love the cocaine. I
Love the cocaine. But here's the thing. I mean, rock bottom isn't a place, Jeff. It really isn't. It's a conversation. And most people have been having that conversation for years before they ever hit the floor.
Most people, though, think of it, rock bottom as a place. You're exactly right.
They really do, but it's not. It's not a place. It's a conversation. I mean, it starts small, right? Think about it. It starts, just one more drink, right?
Just one more line.
One more video.
Just one more hooker.
One more lie.
Yeah. Just one more slot machine.
What about one more bet? Yeah, one more bet.
One more bet.
How about one more late night at work? Because it feels easier to stay at work than it does to go home. Or one more meal because eating feels better than feeling.
One more affair. Yeah. It could go on and on. You're right.
One more purchase because maybe this whatever I'm buying will fill what's empty in me. I mean, that's how the conversation starts.
I just need one more credit card. Yeah.
Absolutely. It doesn't start with destruction. It starts with permission. You start giving yourself permission to slowly disappear. And the crazy part is you can look completely fine while it's all happening. You Some addictions wear a suit and they carry a briefcase. Some sit in a church every Sunday. So, some they have 6-pack abs and a fake smile or a filter on their Facebook picture. Some addictions have wedding rings on.
Some addictions are Botox and plastic surgery.
But honestly, everybody talks about addicts like it's just drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, but there's so much more to it.
Oh, it's way more. And like I said, it's not a place, it's a conversation. Some people are addicted to attention. Some people are addicted to sex. Some people are addicted to making money. Some people are addicted to chaos because that feels better than peace.
It's like last week when we talked about the comfortable place.
Being comfort and that comfort zone, that familiarity.
Yeah.
And when we're unfamiliar, it feels bad,
Sometimes chaos is all you know, and you think that's a normal relationship.
Well, and here's another thing, and I've been accused of this, and honestly, I've been guilty of it at times over the last, almost 30 years, is sometimes I've been addicted to fixing everybody else but myself. Because I wasn't able to face myself sometimes, and it was tough. But the whole time there's this conversation that's underlying everything. And, those conversations say things like, oh, you're fine.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to tell other people how they should live than you because then you have to face it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Or well, you deserve this. I mean, these are all things that we say to ourselves. Well, nobody understands me. Can't stop me.
I've said it to myself. I deserve this.
I can stop anytime I want.
But they don't. Some do.
You can do whatever you want, just don't get caught.
Yeah.
I remember telling myself 33, 34 years ago, I quit drinking. And the cocaine works just fine. But these are all conversations. Just one last one. Just one more.
I'll be honest with you. I loved cocaine.
Well, and
I loved it.
what did you tell yourself, Jeff? I mean, what were the things that you would tell yourself to justify?
For me, it was dulling the pain of loss. But then it became everything.
Well, and
then rock bottom.
you know, there's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sculpture. I don't know if you like physical art, but I love physical art, especially sculptures. And there's a beautiful sculpture, and it's a man. He's drinking out of a bottle, and as he's drinking out of the bottle, he's actually disappearing into the bottle. And what's happening is he is consuming himself with what is in the bottle. And it's just this amazing, oh, I just got chills. It's just this amazing image to look at because there's so many things to see within this image. I'll have to find it. I'll show it to you. It's just it's amazing. But, you know, that's when the conversation, you know, when you get to that point, you realize that the conversation is kind of taking like this dark turn. You know, when you start saying, well, you know, just one more, you know, as long as I don't get caught. Because now it's not about whether it's wrong.
Not hurting anyone.
Well, that's a really big one. You know, well, I'm not hurting anyone. But now it's not about whether it's right or wrong, right? It's about whether you can hide it, right?
There's so many people that do hide it every day.
Well, but that's at that point, that's when rock bottom is growing roots. Because you're already, I mean, if you've been there yourself, I've been there myself. Matt's talked many times about how he's been there himself, and it starts to grow roots. But you've already had these conversations with yourself. You've already gone and looked in the mirror, like we were talking about, and you look at yourself, but you don't really look at yourself. You see everything there except who you really are. You're not looking into your own soul, and so, you know, the truth of the matter is I have never, and I have worked with so many addicts and alcoholics of many things, all of which I've discovered in here today, not just drugs and alcohol. And every single one of them has told me, you know, Rev, I never woke up and chose this. They've always said, you know, I never woke up and said, you know, well, I want to just completely destroy myself today. I want to ruin my life. Nobody's ever told me that. But the problem is what they all have said in one way, shape, or form is that they keep ignoring it.
To shut out that voice in your head.
Well, you know, they shut that voice out in their head that says this isn't love or this ain't you. This thing is eating you alive. You know, you're better than this. They keep ignoring it until eventually you can't hear the voice anymore. And all you hear is the hunger, which is what you were talking about with the cocaine, and I was talking about with the man in the bottle, and how what happens is there's this image of this man holding this bottle and he's drinking it, but he's going into the bottle as he's consuming himself. So all there is left is the hunger for what we're doing to cover the problem. Addiction isn't always hunger for a substance. Sometimes it's a hunger for escape, for numbness, loss.
Yep.
You know, for validation, for somebody to tell you that you matter, for somebody to drown out the shame that you've had in your head for 5 damn minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's why we as people, we continue to go back. And it's not because we're weak, but temporary relief becomes permanent bondage really, really quick. You know? I remember one of the things they would say is first the man takes the drink, and then the drink takes the drink, and then the drink takes the man. And
you know, something that you said something there, and it popped in my head, and I wanted to share with you. I had a demonologist on my show once. She's coming back for Thursday Paranormal in June. And I had asked her about demons and how they attach themselves to us. And she told me they go after the weak. They go after the people that are addicts.
Oh, absolutely.
And I just wanted to share that with you because I know you're a reverend and everything, and I knew that you totally get that. But it popped in my head. And it was weird it popped in my head. But
well, it's true because I mean, you think about it when you are addicted to whether it be shopping or sex or work or alcohol or drugs or whatever the porn on the computer. when you're addicted to those things, it takes away from something else, right?
Yeah.
And when you're addicted to those things and you're telling yourself that they're not healthy for you, then what you're doing is you're actually telling yourself, well, I'm kind of a loser. I'm kind of weak. I can't overcome this. And it's this conversation that you're that's why I'm saying it's not a place. It's a conversation. It's this like struggle, this inner bondage, this inner struggle, this argument that you're having with yourself, this debate that's going on what am I going to do? You know? And you build your whole routine around kind of like avoiding yourself, you know, everything. And when you realize that, man, that's some heavy shit.
And you know what is true too is what's rock bottom for you isn't rock bottom for somebody else.
Well, of course
everybody
not.
else has their own rock bottom. You know what I mean? Like
that's absolutely true. I mean, think about it. Look, if you're talking about somebody that's addicted to food, food isn't food anymore. It's comfort.
yeah,
When you're talking about somebody that's addicted to sex, it's not intimacy anymore. It's anesthesia.
right.
You know, when you're talking about somebody who's addicted to money, which, you know, it's not provision anymore. It's an identity.
When they talk about sex addicts and they think that they're addicted to sex, but no, they're addicted to the attention. They're addicted to the craving. They're addicted to being wanted and needed. It's not just about sex. And it's the same with the drugs. It's not always just about the drugs. It might start that way.
Well, I mean, I think you're right. I mean, and the thing is that, like I said, nobody wakes up and goes, you know what, today I just want to ruin my life.
Right.
You know, nobody ever wakes up and goes, you know what? I think, yeah. When I grow up, I want to be a heroin addict.
I think today I'm going to drive on the wrong side of the road, drunk out of my mind, and get pulled over and spend about 30 days in jail.
Nobody wakes up thinking that. Nobody chooses that for their life. But it happens because work becomes something that's not purpose. It becomes, you know, hiding. Drinking isn't social anymore. It becomes survival. And what happens is the people around you, and it's not the people you love, because when you're addicted to something, you don't love anything or anybody. All you're caring about is yourself, and you don't even really love yourself that much. But what happens is they can see you're drowning before you do, because the people that love you the most, the people that love you the most are the ones that suffer. And those are the ones that are drowning.
Yeah.
They can see it. So addiction changes the conversation, no matter what addiction you're dealing with. And I even said it in one spot, some people are addicted to going to church.
True.
And some people are addicted to going around and like blasting other people going, you're going to hell.
You're going to hell.
A friend of mine attends bar, and a customer came in and said, you know, because of the way she looks, she's a very beautiful young lady, but her hair is done a little differently, and she has some piercings and things like that. And they walked in, never saw this guy before, walked into the bar and said, you're going to go to hell because of the way you look. And I just thought, no, you're going to go to hell for like shitting on another person. Not literally, but figuratively,
right
you know.
that.
So, you know, addiction changes the conversation. When you start defending things that are killing you, you start calling chains coping mechanisms. You start getting angry at people that they tell you the truth because the truth threatens the addiction. And eventually what happens? You get tired.
Yeah.
You get tired. And I'm not talking like tired as like, you know, oh, I need sleep. I'm talking like soul tired, like inside, man. You're weary. You're tired of lying. You're tired of hiding. You're tired of carrying 10 different versions of yourself depending on who's in the room.
That's why a lot of people unalive themselves, because they're just so soul tired and they just can't find a way to get out of this.
Well, and they're not in their right mind when that happens. You know, I think when they get to that point, when we get to the point where we're tired of lying, tired of hiding, tired of carrying that 10 different versions, you know, trying to remember what lie I told who, I think when we finally get to that moment, we realize how tired we are in our souls. That's the moment. That's rock bottom. It's not when you lose everything. It's not when you finally get honest. Or it is when you finally get honest. It's not when you lose everything, you know? It's when you get honest, when you finally sit. when you finally sit in the dirt,
Yeah.
when you sit in your own filth, and you realize, whatever it is, this thing owns me. And that right there, that's ugly. That's ugly. But what's amazing is it's holy. You can't heal what you continue to romanticize. You can't heal what you make excuses for or try to justify. You can't get free from something that you're making excuses about, because that's the dirt. And when you get to that place, that moment you stop blaming everybody else and you finally look at the wreckage straight on, that's the dirt. But the altar, here's where the altar is. It's where the conversation changes. It's where you stop introducing yourself by your addiction. You stop calling your bondage your personality. You stop saying, well, this is just who I am. No. This is what happened to you.
Right.
This is what you fed. This is what you practiced. This is what you chose. But this is not what you were created for. I don't know. Maybe tonight, you know some of our listeners very personally. I know some of our listeners, but I don't know as many as you. Maybe somebody listening tonight needed to hear what this was about tonight.
So many people, at the bottom that pull themselves up and climb out of that situation is the altar, man.
Well, and it is. And the thing is when I say maybe somebody tonight needed listening to hear say, maybe you're not in the dirt. Maybe you are at the altar and that conversation has begun. And maybe you've been having that conversation for a little bit at the altar and you're like, you know what, Rev, I'm not introducing myself by my addiction. I'm not calling myself by my bondage, and it's not my personality anymore. You're not making excuses anymore. I realize everything you're saying. Yeah, you're right. But maybe the one thing you haven't done is forgive yourself. Because the truth of the matter is no matter how long you were down in the dirt, you're not too dirty to be redeemed. You do have to stop lying to yourself. But you're not too dirty to be redeemed. Because the truth of the matter is the freedom that you're seeking, it starts the very moment that conversation finally gets honest.
Yeah.
And that's the altar in the dirt.
That was fantastic. Don't you guys think that's great? There's so much behind that, man. And if there are listeners out there that are struggling, that feel that they're heading towards rock bottom, no, it's not the end, man. You could pull yourself out of this. You don't have to be defined by what you do, more of who you are. That's inner strength. I'll be honest with you guys out there. I've had many. I'm just like anybody else. I've had many ups and downs. I went through a divorce and I had no money and nowhere to live, and then I pulled myself out of it. Then I had an addiction problem, and then I had, again, the same situation. No money, nowhere to live, and pulled myself out of it. Life is a roller coaster. There's ups and there's downs. But it doesn't have to define you.
What makes a difference in people's lives are communities like this that continue to grow, and the people that continue to be there for one another and help each other work through things. It really is. It really is a thing. I write a like a prayer meditation thing every day, and then I kind of make a comment on it. And so I want to share today what I wrote today.
Go for it, man.
So this is the one I wrote today, and it says, too many people live in a world, too many people live like this world is all there is. Like the pain, the struggle, the heartbreak, the bills, the sickness, the sleepless nights, and the cemetery plots get the final word. But the truth is, every hard mile that you walk in this life is shaping you for something greater. Every scar teaches something. Every storm builds something. Every loss strips away another piece of what was never meant to last anyways. You see, life is preparation. That's the road. That's what this road is. God is constantly getting you ready for what's next, not just tomorrow morning, but for eternity itself. And when you're sitting in the dark seasons of your life, when grief hangs heavy and the silence feels unbearable, when you've got to remember night doesn't last forever, there's a verse in Scripture that says, Scripture says that weeping may endure for a night, but the joy comes in the morning. And what that means is that sorrow has an expiration date, that the sun still rises, that God still moves, hope still breathes. And I would tell you this, don't waste your suffering. Let it teach you to trust deeper, love harder, forgive quicker, hold looser to the things of this world, because this life is a temporary housing, not your permanent home. God is preparing something better for those willing to keep walking, keep growing, and to keep their eyes fixed upon him. And then the prayer that I wrote for today is, Lord, help me to remember that this life is not the end of the story. In the middle of sorrow, remind me that morning is coming. Shape me through every hardship, every victory, every lesson into the person that you're calling me to become, and teach me to live with eternity in mind, and to make this life count as preparation for the life that still is to come. Amen.
Great point. I think about that a lot. That's a great point, because this is a very short life for us. We have eternity waiting for us.
It's a blip.
Yeah, it's very short. Goes by so fast. Man, that was fantastic, and I want to play this one more time.
This is the altar in the dirt, where what's broken gets called out, and what's possible gets worked for.
Fantastic. Great job.
Thanks.
I love it.
You know, what do we got next week? We've got the cost of becoming someone new.
I like that one,
on
too.
the altar in the dirt. You know, growth requires loss.
Yeah.
Figure that one out. To become something greater, you have to lose something.
That's true.
So that's next week on the altar in the dirt.
All right, guys, I have a great song to follow this up, okay? This song is called Rock Bottom, and this is Rob Johnson, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Rob, man.
At the bottom of the bottle is a wedding ring, a house you lost and a broken dream. Sunday mornings you don't talk about, kids' birthdays you don't show up now. Every label reads like a chapter you burn, every sip's another bridge you learn. Down cross without looking back, but it's all still there in the bottom of that glass. Don't drink to prepare to drink till it's plain why everything could slip through your hand. You don't get rock bottom runs out when the lights go out. You're alone at night, you hear rock bottom. When you finally see there's a rock at the bottom, waiting on your knees with your head empty and your heart beating steady. It's time running from mercy's bed. Yeah, you ain't lost, you just at the start. There's a rock at the bottom, full of broken hearts. bad, I gotta taste time. You played the best, you cursed the world. Say love walked out first, say God left that to work. Credit cards, lights, calls, no ring. Friends stop asking how you been. You say you're only hurting yourself, but we're dying slow, just watching you do it. We clean a message, don't never make it. Carry the weight you wanna misbreak it. Don't hit rock bottom when you bottle of time. When the lights go out, you alone at night. You hit rock bottom when you finally see there's a rock at the bottom, waiting on your knees. When your hands are empty and your heart can't sit, and you stop running for mercy. Then you ain't lost, you just at the start. There's a rock at the bottom of a broken heart. Every goodbye you don't say, every I'm find the torches us away. You're still breathing, but we're grieving you. Cause loving you feels like watching the soul pure. You can hear it miss your way too far. If the heart's still beating, that's where you start. There's hands reaching through the dark right now. You don't gotta bleed the sound alone somehow. You don't hear right now. Final one's down when the lights go out. You're alone at night. You hear right now when you finally see there's a rock at the bottom waiting on your knees. When your hands are empty and your heart gives in, and you stop running from mercy. Then yeah, you ain't lost, you just at the start. There's a rock at the bottom of broken heart. Bottle down, look around, we're still here. Don't make us carry you in your heart.
Rock Bottom, man. Great song. Loved it.
Thank you.
It's very cool.
I wrote that in between two great losses of two incredible men in my life.
Isn't it amazing that you don't think of it at the time, right? With loss. You don't think of it at the time when you lose someone or something, that how much joy it can bring. Like, for instance, when Crystal died, I could only think about, I was thinking about this in the car driving home today. I felt like I was left behind. I felt like my life ended. I felt like, what do I do now, you know? But the great thing was, look what I've done since. I lived my life because she couldn't do it on earth anymore, right? I picked up the pieces.
It's you know, when we lose somebody, someone we love very much, it's painful.
Yeah. It's even more painful moving on without them.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
And when we, it really hurts. And here's the thing, that pain that we feel for that loss, if we truly believe that they're in a better place, right?
Sure.
And that's what we always tell ourselves. Well, they're in a better place now. They're not suffering anymore. They're not sick. They've been restored. They're in heaven. That's what we tell ourselves, you know? And if we truly believe that, then the things that we not. It's sometimes it's the things that we feel, but it's also the things that we do. It's selfish.
I just would say to myself moving forward that I'm going to do the things on earth that she couldn't do anymore. Enjoy the little things, because we take a lot of this life for granted.
I try to look at different losses in my life, and I try to look at each individual that I lost, and like, well, what was their life really about, you know? And like my grandfather's was helping alcoholics and addicts. So being someone that's dealt a lot with recovery myself, I thought, well, okay, I need to honor him, and the best way to honor him and help him to live on,
totally agree,
is to help addicts and alcoholics. You know, there's my grandmother. I mean, she was just a wonderful, giving, generous human being. My ex-mother-in-law, who I absolutely adored, we just celebrated her first heavenly birthday. I guess that's a thing, you know. Sure. You know, another Hallmark holiday. I don't know, but her first birthday in heaven.
Happy heavenly birthday.
I mean, I don't know what to say, but it is, you know, she was one of the most incredible women I've ever met, because she was giving, she was kind, she was all these things, no matter what. And even after my wife and I were divorced and I was with somebody else and had a child with this person, and she had her own daughter, my ex-mother-in-law would invite us to like Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving, and we'd go. Now, fortunately, my ex-wife and I got along fine, and our kids all got along and everything like that, because the truth of the matter was it was all about the kids. But my ex-mother-in-law is the reason that happened. It was because it was her attitude. So how can I continue to honor her and help her live on? Well, I need to behave in a manner that, you know, take the best of what I learned from somebody that I lost and carry that forward.
I agree 100%.
So,
I think the same exact way. It's interesting. Yeah, you said something about heavenly birthdays. This thing always bothered me, and I want to share it with you. So you know how Facebook is, and, you know, it's your birthday, everybody writes happy birthday to you.
Right.
Now, when you've passed away, unless they memorialize your Facebook page, nobody knows you're dead, right?
Right.
So I would look at Crystal's page on her birthday, and of course I would write in her happy heavenly birthday. Right? I hope you enjoy your birthday in heaven, you know. But there'd be all these motherfuckers that would be writing on their page, happy birthday, hope you had a great day. And I used to just laugh to myself and be like, you don't even know her, man. You're just writing happy birthday because it showed up on your fucking algorithm.
That's crazy.
It makes me crazy
That's
every time
crazy.
I see it.
That's absolutely
Just
crazy.
wanted to share that with you. It still makes me crazy.
I don't know. I when I start talking about things like this, I get really.
My mom once told me this.
I get very consumed with topics like this.
Life is for the living.
So go and live it.
So guys, when you're at the party with us on Thursday night at Smedley's, remember, life is short. Enjoy every moment that you have. Enjoy the music that's being played. Enjoy the conversations that you have with
Absolutely.
people. Live life to its fullest. I know there's moments where you feel you're at rock bottom, but just remember, it's not that bad. You can pull yourself out of these things. I've
really
done it,
can.
and I thought I was worthless at points.
And you know, one of the biggest, most important parts of being able to pull yourself out of is having that support group. When you finally get to that point where you're like, you know what? I have been having a conversation with myself, and that conversation changes when we get to that point and it goes from the dirt to the altar. to have that support group around you. And that's what all you outlaws are. You guys are a support group.
family.
You guys are a family. You guys are a community. That's what Jeff started building with Outlaw Radio. And we want to continue to build that. And that's what Matt and Robin and Zach and myself are trying to help Jeff do. We want to see, I want to see you succeed, Jeff, because if you succeed, then I succeed, and if I succeed and you succeed, then all of our outlaws succeed.
Now, I always said from the very beginning, if I only had one listener that I could change their life, that'd be success to me. Success for me isn't just about money. I talk about monetizing things. That just kind of goes along with it. But success is relative.
Well, you can't change the world.
No.
But you can change the world for one person.
Yeah, you can make it a better place for just one person. I completely 100% agree with you on all that. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I never claimed to be a saint. I might be a Christian, but I'm no saint, okay? And I feel like if I can do it, you can do it.
Well, you know what I always say? The flames are licking my ass right now.
I thought you were going to say one for the road, baby.
So, I mean, I'm right at the gates. So, like, if you're going to hell, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, heaven might be a tough place to get into.
Jeff, last night on the show with Robin, great show, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to meet your other co-hosts. Matt, I've never met you officially. I've never met Robin officially. I haven't met Zach yet. I can't wait for the preview. That's coming up.
Tuesday night, 10 p.m.
The AFC North show, the heavy metal gridiron or something, right?
And for you Steeler fans out there, and
bite me,
you Browns fans, Aaron Rodgers just agreed to terms for one more year with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. I'm a cheesehead.
That's right, you are. But Matt Guga's like, God damn it. We got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Shador Sanders. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, and what's the, Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, he's like 4'11". He's the size of Matt J. Chase. Sorry. Stirring the pot, baby.
MJC.
All right, well, guys, we've come to the end. I want you to join us next Sunday, though, because we have Dalton Jones coming in.
Dude, I am so stoked.
I know you are. I know you are.
I really, really enjoy his music.
It's great.
Oh, my gosh. I can't wait to meet this guy.
I almost want to go and find a song just to play it for you today.
Hey, I'd be down. He is so good, and I can't wait to talk with this guy, pick his brain, and just get to know who this man is.
You guys want to hear a Dalton Jones song? You give me just one thumbs up in the comment, and I'll do it. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm actually going to go try that.
And while you're finding one of those, and the other thing I'm going to say is this. On the show last night, you mentioned about maybe having an alternate audio video feed that we can post later that is like a behind the scenes.
I love that idea.
Content. And I think that is a phenomenal. We got our thumbs up. We got 3 thumbs up from Matt Gutka, the paranormal chef himself. Somebody else is a fan of Dalton Jones. So, I mean, you talked about a behind the scenes audio video feed that we post later so people can see what's going on behind the scenes. Folks, this is the behind the scenes stuff that happens, like the conversations you're hearing between Matt and I while we're live with you guys. We have these same conversations before the show, after the show, in between while music's playing. We also talk a lot about the music too and how great the bands are that have been submitted. I mean, these guys, we have a plethora of talent that is around this world. It's music. Amazing.
I just got all of Jay Jones' music.
Oh, I like Jay. I like Jay a lot too.
Yeah, I got all the Full Throttle stuff. You sent me everything.
Nice.
We got a ton of music, guys.
Bar Fight is a great song.
Yeah. Are you talking about Carbellion? Because there's a band named Carbellion that does Bar Fight.
No.
Okay.
Jay Jones.
All right. I'll have to ask him for it. We have a ton of music, and on Outlaw PSA now I'm doing New Music Monday. So
I think that's phenomenal. So it's all new music that we're
All new.
introducing for the week upcoming.
Yeah.
That's going to be outstanding.
Yeah, so that's why we have Outlaw PSA tomorrow. It's going to be really cool. I got a bunch of stuff for you. There's so much stuff going on. Me and Rob have to talk about the House of Blues thing. We're going to be doing that the end of was it July?
Yeah, end of July.
Man, there's all these big 80s icons that are coming to the Metal Revolution. Outlaw Radio Show's got a bunch of interviews that are going to be coming too with 80s guys, man. It's going to be a great summer.
Some really, really cool. I mean, there's some really, really cool guys.
Thursday Paranormal, let me just say it really quick now. Chuck Zukowski, a ufologist, a paranormal investigator, he's going to be on.
He's phenomenal.
He's amazing. After that, we have Corey Good, the secret space program whistleblower. He's coming
another
back.
one.
Then we have June Lundgren. She's coming back. She's a demonologist. And then after that, 5 days before Mark Farner comes to Warren, Ohio to play his show, he's coming on Thursday Paranormal.
Wow.
Then we have all those 80s icons coming. It's going to be just incredible. And everything's been great. So don't forget, next Sunday, Dalton Jones, 8 p.m. interview.
Yay.
We're doing paranormal. We're going to talk voodoo, zombies. We're going to do music trivia. We're going to do question and answers from our listeners out there because they send me a lot of questions. I know that you get questions about the show quite a bit.
I get all kinds of questions. I think that's where we're getting some of our new subscribers.
Yeah, people are asking questions about Robin. They're asking how long I've known her and stuff like that, which, guys, I'll fill you all in next Sunday on all that stuff. And Rob, you have the cost.
I have the cost of becoming someone new. Yeah, because, I mean, growth equals loss.
Yeah. So it's going to be a great week. I hope you guys out there can meet us at Smedley's Thursday night. It's jam night. We're going to have a little bit of a party. And
we are going to have a party.
Excited about it. And so, with what you said in your segment, it made me think of this Dalton Jones song. I'm going to play this song.
I know what you're going to play. Go ahead.
Okay. And then
I can't wait.
After that, we're going to finish out the night with The Unsatisfied with White Trash. I've been Jeff James.
And I'm the Reverend.
And we'll see you guys on the flip side. You guys have a fantastic night. God bless you. Rock on. And you guys take care. All right. Dalton Jones, baby.
Yay.
Waited my whole life to buy that old pickup truck. I still live in this little town where I grew up, and I live right down the street from everybody with my name. One day I hope my kids can all do the same. I was raised up in North Alabama, right outside of this little bitty town. Got Baptist churches and big oak trees, good bass fishing and muddy old creeks. I always knew this is right where I wanted to be. Home sweet home. The simple life's a dream. From Friday night lights to Sunday morning grace, one thing's for sure, I'll never leave this place. The several lives to be.
Trash, white trash, white trash, white trash. Whoa, 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 wow. I can't think, it's in my head. Forget sleep, it's in my bed. When I'm full of fucking fear and dread, you just got me. White trash, white trash, white trash, white trash. Yeah, I'm talking about white trash. Well, I'm on the bed and that's my class. Your fingernails are just like a razor. I'm making the walls start to bleed. Tennessee, white trash. Do it just to do it to do it. Do it just to do it to do it. Do it just to do it to do it.